Yo, welcome back to another episode of the Cookout. This is episode 41. We are here on a Monday night instead of a Saturday. That almost said Sunday.
Change of pace, man.
We have switched it up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But how y'all doing? Good to see y'all. I hadn't seen y'all all week.
I'm Gucci.
Oh, yeah. I'm good. I'm up here in Colonial Beach, vacationing, road tripping. Might hit Baltimore this weekend.
Ooh, get some crab legs?
Possibly.
Ooh.
Mm.
I'm chilling, not vacationing in Jersey. You know, out here.
Out here.
Same. No vacay moves, but we out here living, taking it easy.
Oh, something cool that I wanted to mention on the show. I guess I could start with it. If there is a Regal Cinemas near you that is not closed, they are doing a countdown to the new Fast and Furious movie. Every week you can claim free tickets to go see a Fast and Furious film. And they're doing one film a week until the new movie comes out. So this Friday
that's interesting.
Yeah, this Friday I saw Tokyo Drift, and the only thing we paid for were like snacks.
Word.
So if you need something to do and you want to see a movie, you can go see Fast and Furious. And Tokyo Drift is a lot better than I remember it being.
Oh, yeah, so it holds up?
I mean, more so. Like I'm glad I saw it as an adult. Last time I saw Tokyo Drift was when it came out.
Yeah, people say Tokyo Drift is one of the better ones.
Yeah, that one. A lot of people. That's what I heard too. A lot of people say that's when the franchise kind of sort of turned the corner for the better.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it was like focused on actual racing and drifting.
Yeah. Race culture. Then all of a sudden it went to like whatever it is now.
Action packed.
Action packed.
Blockbuster.
Cars.
Doing moves
Vin Diesel.
Never do.
Cars bringing down helicopters and whatnot.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Just one step away from Transformers.
The trailer for the next one, they're gonna be in outer space.
I'm not surprised. I swear. Look, I swear we talked about this on one of these streams. Like what Fast and Furious is going to do next, and space was a topic. I'm pretty sure we predicted this on one of these streams. I have to go back and find that and clip that out because I'm pretty sure we talked about that being a possibility.
And it's true. So, cool.
Wow, yeah, man. They just like, what can we do next?
We gotta get a Fast and Furious Transformers crossover one of these days.
Oh, wow, that'd be wild.
Autobots. Tyrese.
Roll out.
The Rock would be the new Optimus Prime.
Tyrese was in Transformers.
Yeah, he was.
Oh, man, yeah, he was. That's what I said. That's why it would kind of make sense. It would be funny. I would go watch it just because. Why not? Why not?
Why did y'all make this? I'm gonna watch it, but why?
I say that with every single movie they've made since Tokyo Drift. Like, why is this even okay? And you watch it and then you enjoy it for what it is. They are entertaining. I give them that, but you have to suspend it. Just suspension of disbelief for sure. It's got to be a precedent. Yeah. So that's good opening. What do we got on the agenda for tonight?
We got a lot of it.
Agenda. What's up?
Yeah, shout out Ashton. Thank you for stopping by. We'll see you on the replay. Make sure tune in. I'm pretty sure he'll be back on the Friday stream for Star Wars. My mom is in the chat. We're doing a Monday stream. Yes, we are.
What's up?
Yeah, we might be doing some more. Possibly some other days. We'll
I like that Joker pick.
Consider.
Spencer.
Yeah, I dropped that too quick.
Pretty
Spencer.
Pretty dope.
What's up? Welcome to the stream. Thank you for joining. We gonna get into this thing though.
Yeah, man.
Today we're talking about the Knives Out 2 cast has been announced, or it's being announced because every day they add a new name. Venom, Let There Be Carnage trailer has been dropped. We're going to talk about Jupiter's Legacy. Do we need any more superhero shows? Our favorite fatalities from Mortal Kombat. And then the opening scene for Spiral has been released, as well as the trailer. And I just want to know, is there any sort of movie y'all just can't handle?
Yeah, the Saw franchise. And it's funny. You almost when you said Spiral, I thought you said Spiral, and I'm like, bro, we got a Spiral movie coming out.
No.
I would actually go see it. Would you
This
see a
is not
Spiral movie?
this is not the anime Spiral. The manga. I mean, this is not the manga Spiral. This is who's in Spiral? Samuel Jackson and who?
Samuel Jackson and
Chris. Oh
Rock.
no, not Chris Rock. I'm gonna say Chris Tucker. That's crazy.
No.
Yeah, I'll check. I'm gonna watch it.
We'll talk about it later. I don't know if I can.
Yeah, Saw franchise is not for me. I'm saying it's just not. That's too much for me. I can't sit there and let my stomach churn like that for an hour. Or
See, I can watch that no
make
problem, but I cannot watch like ghost movies. Can't do it.
Oh, bro,
Oh.
those movies.
Anything with the astral plane, I'm not with it.
I'm screaming. Not the astral plane.
I'm good with ghosts and spirits and stuff like that. That don't bother me. That's because that doesn't upset my stomach. Like Saw, that upsets my stomach. You know what I'm saying? I'll be like, ugh. Like, I remember watching this Saw movie one time. I'm getting hot and like feeling like I'm about to throw up. I'm like, bro, I'm not watching this. Like, I'm out. I'm good. Y'all can have this.
I'm screaming.
Anyway, we jumping ahead.
Yes.
Let's go in order.
Coop, you got that Knives Out 2 casting ready?
Boom! There it is. Here we go. Okay, so let's start. So GQ did a great job because they actually listed these by date of when these people were announced to be cast in this movie. Who saw the first one? Let's start with that because I haven't seen the first one. I've got some personal reasons why I hadn't seen it. That being Rian Johnson directed it, and he directed Last Jedi, and I was just like, I'm not gonna watch this. But I've heard good things about Knives Out, so I'll check it out. But I'm gonna let y'all lead this conversation because both of y'all have seen Knives Out 1, correct?
Yes.
Correct the mundo.
All right, yeah, I'm gonna let y'all handle this. I'm gonna put this on the screen. Can you read it? Is it or do I need to zoom?
You're gonna have to break down the list, but I can just talk about the first movie a little bit without giving you spoilers, Coop. I do think it is worth watching. The story, I said off camera that it follows a detective who has a peculiar way of solving crimes, but it really doesn't follow him so much as it follows this very discombobulated family. A crime occurs and this detective steps in to assist. I think he's hired privately to help. But you just see the ins and outs of this family and how they're all twisted and stabbing each other's backs. And the detective does, have a strange way of working with people and asking questions, and honestly knows who has committed a crime from the moment he walks into a room. But it is worth the watch. I would not compare it to The Last Jedi in any way, shape, or form. It's a different type of movie. He's much better there than he was in Star Wars, and I absolutely recommend it to anybody. Like, it's a great film. Very entertaining.
Word. Okay, so we got now the casting in the first film. You like the casting? Everybody felt the casting was appropriate and all that.
Yeah, I would say casting was on point, definitely.
Captain America was in it.
Yeah,
right?
he was.
That was an interesting casting as well. Because I was like, yo, Chris Evans is in this.
Yeah,
he was
a trip.
He was a trip. He wasn't playing the good guy, which was nice. Like, he was playing, for lack of better terms, like a dick.
Well, yeah, he was the dick of the family.
Yeah, and that was nice to see because we've only ever seen him just be, besides him being the Human Torch, which was a little bit of a butthole, but not that much. But then from Captain America and then to that, I was like, yo, you are really like being disrespectful.
Yeah, but there's a few family members in the movie who are on that level. So
the whole family is trash.
Yeah, they're trash. Trash.
Okay, hold
Secession.
on. Is this the right article? I may have the wrong article.
Don't look like
I
it.
just realized that.
Secession.
Why are they combining?
Knives Out 2.
Let me see.
What's Succession? Is that a show, y'all?
It's a show.
It's on HBO. It's about a
It's that. Now, where's the Knives Out stuff? I'm too far up on this.
I want to say HBO. It's a dad pretty much like near retirement.
I don't think that's the right article, Coop.
No, so they do have Knives Out. I don't know why they combined them. Let me see if I can find a better. Hold on, let me stop
I'm looking for one too.
This
Knives Out 2.
where? Who's got a nice concise list?
The only IMDb has confirmed casting. We've heard more secrets on social media, but IMDb has the only people who have been officially announced by Netflix. If you want that.
Okay. All right. We can do both. I found this one, Digital Spy. I think this is everyone. Yeah. Okay. Let's get the IMDb list. Start with that.
It's not as nice, so I won't pull it up. But
Is
that I saw announced was Dave Bautista, who plays Drax in Guardians of the Galaxy in the MCU. Then Daniel Craig, who is, of course, the only person as of right now returning from the original film. He played the detective in the last film, known for 007.
Okay, so no Lakeith Stanfield.
That has not been added to IMDb, confirmed and added to IMDb. Have you seen that confirmed anywhere?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, so it could be a whisper, but I mean, oh, I didn't know y'all had one up. What you got?
I found this one. I don't know if this is. I think this is the full confirmed list. I don't think there's any speculative or rumored appearances.
Got Janelle Monáe. Who did y'all see Antebellum?
Mm-mm.
I have not yet. Where's that? Is that's streaming, right?
I believe it's on Amazon Prime Video. I can double check. I've been avoiding it because it's another horror slave piece, and I've been trying to avoid. I know that there's some crime involved, but I've been trying to leave that genre alone for a while. I appreciated it in Lovecraft Country, but knowing that we're going to get another season of Lovecraft Country, I need to limit the amount of period racist pieces that I can handle. I can't do a lot of them, but I would like to watch Antebellum at some point.
Not a fun thing to binge. That's for sure. No. Not good for the mental.
And Antebellum is on Hulu, so you can watch it there.
Nice. Okay, so Jamie Lee Curtis, was she in the first one?
I haven't watched Army of the Dead yet. I forgot about that.
I haven't either, man. It was I forgot it was out. It's out.
Yeah, a lot of stuff out this weekend. I was too busy watching Love, Death, and Robots. I forgot about that.
I'm too busy on vacation.
I'm screaming.
That was what's my man is directing that.
Yes.
Yeah. That guy.
Zack Snyder.
Zack Snyder.
So yeah, I'm he said that guy.
Another casting for Knives Out 2 is Catherine Hahn, who we know as Agatha. Or Agatha Harkness from WandaVision.
I saw her name in here.
Yeah, I saw it.
There it is. Nope, wait. Did I go past it? It was near Dave Bautista. Yes, Catherine Hahn. Edward Norton too. Yeah, I saw his name pop up too. That was an interesting casting.
The last one here we have is Edward Norton. I'm wondering how that's going to roll, because Edward Norton is known in Hollywood for being a bit difficult as far as scripting goes. He has to be the last person to clear the script. You have to run the script by him. Any changes, any modifications, he gets final say if he's on the film. That was a part of the reason why he separated from Marvel. One, he didn't want to be a part of multiple films, and two, he wanted more control than they were willing to give him. But seeing how the MCU has evolved, we see why they weren't interested in giving him much control.
Yeah, he does have that reputation in Hollywood that he's difficult to work with as far as directing because he's very demanding and controlling of this narrative and the scripts of any project that he's involved with.
So I wonder when that started. Like, I'm just imagining him on set with like Robert De Niro trying to dictate something. You know what I mean?
Apparently, this is like after he gained some level of stardom. So once he started becoming a noteworthy figure in Hollywood, then he started to make these types of demands in any project he was working on.
Oh wow! I feel like American History X was pretty big. That was like 90.
Yeah, he's
something like that.
He's had this reputation for quite some time, from what I understand, since like the 90s.
Mm.
And I can like imagine, like, as a writer, you know, I wrote this film and they cast Edward Norton and they're like, nah, he don't like none of this. You got to change everything. Or he has changed everything. I'd be like, yo,
yeah,
it's still on the script day. Like, he got to go.
Yeah, that was my understanding as well. Like, I heard that like a lot of directors that he was working with, like especially in the late 90s, early 2000s, began to basically say the same things. And that limited a lot of the projects that he was rumored to be cast in, or people who were interested in casting him said like, "Ooh, okay, never mind. We won't." We'll find
Y'all think he did that in Fight Club with David Fincher?
I heard that there were some issues.
Yeah,
I heard there were some issues on that.
Wow.
They bumped heads. He didn't get his way, but I heard that they bumped heads a little bit.
Who was bigger at the time, him or Brad Pitt?
Brad Pitt. All day. Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Legends of the Fall. Brad Pitt.
I wonder if that's crazy. Like, you're not the biggest person on the film, but you want to dictate.
Yeah.
Hey man, ego is a hell of a drug.
You're right.
Yep. Pride, man. Pride is the devil.
Yeah, like that can you know
Shout out
how
J.
famous
Cole.
you are or how famous you think you are. Sometimes that ego get in the way and it's over for you.
I am excited for what the connection between the cast will be in the new film. Like the previous film, it was a family. Everybody was family. So in this film, you know, already racially, they're jumping across the board here. So I'm wondering, like, are these people going to be coworkers? Like, what's the dynamic between are they going to be strangers stuck somewhere together? What's the dynamic of these people going to be like? I'm excited to see that, because already I'm not getting family vibes.
For sure. I'm gonna have to check out the first one. That's absolutely a must for me because I hadn't seen that. But it sounds I've heard good things about the movie in the first place. I just hadn't gotten around to watching it really. But when it came out, I was just like, I don't know. I'll wait because it was kind of, I had a bad taste in my mouth from the Last Jedi still. So I'll check it out though eventually.
Yeah, I saw it at home. I never saw it in theaters, and I was pleasantly surprised. And I would have loved to see it in theaters. It was that good. Like I'm hyped for the next one, the next two, because Netflix got rights to Knives Out 2 and 3. So we know for a fact there's going to be this film and then another one. I think they dropped 2022 and then 2023. They're dropping them back to back.
Nice. That's a good. Well, Netflix is grabbing up IP. Like, man, the streaming war has just intensified. Y'all saw the news of Discovery today?
What happened
with AT&T and Discovery?
I saw it, but I don't know if I understand it.
Yeah, so basically, AT&T has acquired Discovery and is spinning off Warner Media into a separate division. So now Warner Media and Discovery are one media entity. So, and Discovery Channel has, like, I think Discovery Channel, HGTV, and maybe the Cooking Channel. I don't know about that, but they have some other entities as well. They have Discovery Plus, which is their streaming service. So basically, HBO Max and Discovery Plus are going to merge and be one media entity.
Oh wow!
So that was a big news topic that broke this morning. So yeah. Which kind of sort of are we talking about Jupiter's Ascendancy next?
Next we are talking about Carnage. Did you call it Jupiter's Ascendancy?
Yeah, Ascendancy. What is it?
Jupiter's Legacy.
Legacy. Ascendancy. Legacy. Sorry.
We could talk about Jupiter's Legacy if you want to talk about that before Venom. Cool.
Nah, let's do Venom. Let's do Venom now because I want to talk. Have you, JBM? Have you seen Jupiter's
No.
Legacy?
No.
Okay.
I saw it. I was like, I don't know if I'm in the mood for another superhero show. I'm kind of like market saturation right here.
Isn't it? Isn't it? Yeah. That's how I kind of feel as well. We'll get into that though. Let's get. Has everybody seen the Venom 2 trailer?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
I'm 110% looking forward to this.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, but how do y'all feel about them showing Carnage as Carnage, like all souped up and?
He looks dope.
Why is that in the trailer though?
Oh, you wanted to wait?
Like, you wanted to wait?
I feel like they
for the first time in the movie
too. Like, why shouldn't we be surprised? There's no surprise anymore. They're just like, yo, put everything in the trailer so they go watch it.
Yeah, man.
Well, we don't know. We don't know yet. It could be some surprises in there. It could be some surprises.
Oh, there's got to be some surprises. Definitely. Some cameos, some end credit scene.
For sure. I'll say this though, if there are no surprise, if that was the big surprise, the big reveal, and there's nothing else in this movie other than that, then yeah, they really should not have shown that. I'll give you that point, but it's hard to say if that was a bad marketing decision, because I agree with you. If that's the biggest plot reveal in the movie, they shouldn't have shown it. But I feel like they're smart enough to know to hold back on the bigger reveals, and if they're willing to show Carnage, then we'll probably see some crazier stuff in the movie. That's at least where my brain is with it. I'm like, okay, they show Carnage. Okay, cool. Now, well, that means we're going to see some other interesting things.
We better.
I'm glad that they showed Carnage because I was interested to see how they do it. Man, it's like they're spot on, so I'm excited.
I'm excited. I liked the first one.
It's a good selling point. Yeah.
Yeah. I walked into that movie with the same expectation that I had for World of Warcraft. And I came out feeling the same way. I was like, yo, this was a good movie. Like, Venom was a good movie.
I don't think I had I didn't have. I agree with you.
Amadi hates that Warcraft.
A feeling of dread washing over me every time y'all bring up that movie. How can you keep saying it's good when they had Paula Patton in green makeup and everybody else was CGI? Just because she's like that, there was no sense there. The whole movie was bad. From there,
it was enjoyable. We didn't. It's like the Fast franchise. It's enjoyable. Nobody's saying it's good. It's enjoyable though. Like you can be entertained.
JBM just said it was good.
That movie was good.
Well, he thinks it's good. I think it was entertaining. It was entertaining.
Coop is capping right now. I remember that night we walked out the theater.
It was entertaining. And Coop was like,
"I want to watch that again."
I do. It's entertaining.
It's good.
It's entertaining.
You can say it.
Entertaining. What's wrong with saying it's entertaining?
Is it good?
No.
Are you not entertained?
Hey. Yeah.
You feel. Come on now. You feel me on that? It's entertaining. There's nothing wrong with saying it's entertaining. It's good too. It's good, man. It's good. You want me to say it's good? It's good. I like it. I enjoyed it.
I'm so happy before you brought that up.
My bad.
Let's leave.
Yeah.
So
Venom 2. Yeah, I'm ready for it. I'm here for
it. Spencer says, "Can we get more singing Venom?" I hope so. I enjoyed the scene in the trailer with him cooking.
Yeah, I was about to say
ignoring him.
That scene was enjoyable.
Yes,
entertaining.
Hey, look, I mean, it seems like they're gonna I hope they don't overdo it, but yeah, we should definitely get some more, some more of that. That's all of those the character things that make Venom is hope we get more of those, and they continue to execute them well, because I think they did a really good job in the first movie. So if they continue on that success and continue to build on what and you know what? The Sony deal went through, so there's a probability we may see Spider-Man. That's another thing to possibly look forward to. It could happen,
Tom Hardy plays both Brock and Venom's voice.
Oh, he did the voice, Tom Hardy?
He does the voice too.
Tom Hardy, that
Now,
dude, man.
isn't what's my man Andy Serkis involved in this? Correct? Is he the director? Who's the director? I know Andy Serkis is involved with the mocap work.
Andy
the legend.
Serkis. Oh, that's the guy that did Golem.
Yeah, Golem, Small, everybody. Mocap legend, man. Mocap legend. Andy Serkis. He's also Claw in Black Panther. Venom 2. Is he directing Venom 2?
Yes, he's the director.
That's a good sign. I think, and Planet of the Apes too. He's Caesar. That's Planet of the Apes franchise.
I didn't know he had a director bag. What else has he directed?
The Planet of the Apes franchise, man. Like,
oh, the whole thing. I didn't know he was directing it. I just thought he was Caesar.
I think did he do King Kong as well? The 2005 joint. He's also in he was also Snoke too. He's just all over the place, man. He does his thing. He's in the Batman.
He did the Mowgli live action movie.
Yeah, he did. He's involved in the Batman as well. I don't know what he's playing someone. Whoever he's playing in the Batman, that's gonna be great.
Yeah, and he's playing. I gotta bring it up. It's been a while since I've checked that cast list. But
he's executive produced the Planet of the Apes franchise, and he also executive produced this weird movie on Netflix called The Ritual. It's a horror film.
I've seen it.
That was
Did
wild.
That was
Did
wild.
You see it?
That was wild. Yeah, it was the friends they did a hike in the woods.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yo,
that's where they went wrong. They went hiking in the woods.
They went hiking.
That's a one. That's a good one. If you like horror, check out the Ritual. I don't think it's it is a Netflix film. Yeah.
That's a Netflix original. That show crazy, and that's like the borderline. I can do that, but any more of the astral projection, I can't do it.
I'm screaming. AT&T and Discovery isn't exactly a merger. They're forming a separate company owned by Discovery that AT&T will have 70-something% share in.
Yeah, so they
own it.
Yeah, because they bought Discovery, but then spun it out into its own company. So it's basically it'd be like if, almost like if Disney buying Lucasfilm and then retaining Lucasfilm as a separate company, and they've got ownership of that company. Basically, is what they've done.
Okay, so am I going to be able to watch the new streaming service by only paying for HBO Max? Is it going to be a bundle? That's all
they'll probably be a bundle coming at some point. I don't know if they made any official announcements on all of that. It's way too early to say, but I think they'll probably do the same thing that Disney did with Hulu and ESPN Plus and Disney Plus. Like, you'll be able to maintain your current subscription, and then once they have a bundle, then you can switch to that. But I don't think that. I mean, it wouldn't make sense for them to. I mean, they could. I guess they could merge it if they wanted to, but why? I think a bundle makes more sense.
The bundle better not be any more than $1.99 more than what I spend right now. I know that much. Regardless, I might be down because I will. The Food Network is a part of the Discovery team, right?
I believe so. I don't even know what Discovery Plus is. Like, what does that cost?
Discovery. Oh, I have no idea what it costs, but I know Discovery is TLC, Food Network, the Travel Channel. I think Oprah.
They've got a bunch.
Wow. I was thinking about the Discovery Channel this whole time.
The Discovery. That's all of those are under the same umbrella. All those channels.
Like National Geographic.
Yeah.
Oh,
Nat Geo is already under Disney.
Alfred, that's right.
He's playing Alfred. That's
that's
crazy.
right. Thank
that's
you, Spencer.
Good. Ooh.
Yeah. Tell you, boy, that Batman movie gonna be boy.
Ooh. Wait, I mean,
He's playing Alfred as long as they the one
Batman.
where
That's great casting. That's great right there.
I'm so excited about this movie, and we're not gonna get a sequel, and I'm just.
I hear his accent already. It's just like, yeah, that's it. Yep. I'm here with it. I'm here because he's got. Oh man, yeah, that's good. That's good. That's good stuff right there. That's good stuff. Hopefully they restore the Snyderverse. That's all I'll say.
I don't know. I don't know.
We not
Hey man, new ownership, new ownership, new president. Give me the Snyderverse.
We not
Make
going
us.
to Pattonverse.
If we get the
If he
Snyderverse,
wants
we
to
need
be a
a new.
hero-
We need a new Joker. Because that Leto wasn't doing it for me.
We can talk about that later.
I didn't mind.
But we need the Snyderverse. We need that vision for DC. I think the Batman can fit in the Snyderverse though. In that, I think like all of that feel, that tone.
Yeah,
is
that,
what DC
that,
needs.
that Dark Knight Returns tone. That's
Yeah. Don't make it. It's not Marvel. Make it DC. Let DC be DC.
Make it dark. Give us a rated R movie like we asked for.
Mm-hmm.
the grown.
Yeah, man. Never mind. I won't slander Batman.
Just so y'all know, I'm playing these Mortal Kombat Fatalities in the background. Things are tough. They're tough.
Do they have? Is there? I'm pretty sure they have a compilation on YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube has the full all Mortal Kombat 11 Fatalities. Combat Pack
word.
number 1 DLC included.
Let's play it when we get to that. Then let's share it.
Oh, this thing is 20 minutes.
Oh, for real?
We can do a live view in 20 minutes.
Hey, yeah, y'all want to see? Let us know in the
time.
chat if y'all want to see the Fatality compilation on YouTube when we get to the section.
Who posted the video?
Put a 1 in the chat if you want to see that video right now.
Who posted it? Because if it's posted by Warner Brothers, I don't know if we're gonna get away with that.
Nah, it's
Rajman
Gaming
Gaming HD.
Oh, bet.
Yeah,
Somebody else.
That'd be all right.
Yeah, that'd be all right.
Yeah, man.
They
That's free
get
promo.
views. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? We shout him out. He just shouted him out, so you know what I'm saying? We gave him credit.
Period.
Yeah.
What's next? Let's get into it. Jupiter's Legacy.
Jupiter's Legacy. Here we
All right.
go.
JBM has not seen it. So without giving it away, I will say that it's a show about a group of superheroes who are getting a little up there in age and they want to pass the torch on to the next generation. And the next generation is not feeling the OG's rules. The OGs had strict rules on how they're supposed to do things, and the new generation is like, no.
Oh, is this like an allegory for Gen Z and baby boomers?
I mean,
kind of,
and like the times have changed, and the baby boomers aren't interested in moving with that change. But like, regardless of whether or not how they feel, the times have changed, and the Gen Z is like, yo, I feel that your rules worked then, but they're not working now. So that being said, it's about that. There's 2 parts to the show. Cool, would you agree with me? There's 2 separate parts to the show to play about the same time. There's the current conflict that happens in present time, and about 45% of the show takes place in the past and shows how the boomers got their powers to begin with. But it's a long, I don't want to call it drawn out because it was very entertaining. The flashbacks are my favorite part of the show. And it takes you back to before they had powers and why, they came to get them, and how, the dynamics between the original crew. But I like the idea of calling them boomers because they gave big boomer energy.
Yeah. Well, flashbacks is a great storytelling device. So
yes.
Yeah, they can be depending on how you frame them and how you.
Yeah. Well, how y'all described it, it seemed like they went the Godfather 2 route and just.
Yeah. Well, it's. I think the challenge. Well, the thing is about it for me. One, I would recommend people watch it because I didn't dislike it, but it was lukewarm for me because one, the story was kind of sort of all over the place, but I enjoyed the flashbacks more than I did like the main story. If that makes sense. Like, it's not that
you're not selling
the main storyline was like bad. It just, I felt the acting and the storytelling in the flashbacks was more compelling than the main narrative.
Yes, and to boost what Coop is saying, because there was no real action in the flashbacks, they had to rely on writing and acting. And so they did that. They boosted that story. There was a lot of character development. You got to know these people. And then in the present times, they relied a lot on the action, which in my opinion wasn't as strong as other superhero shows that we've seen recently. And on top of that, there wasn't as much character development like with the newer characters, so it fell flat there. But that being said, it's a great story. I enjoyed it. Yeah, Spencer.
I don't know if I want to go through it. I'm just like, it's a lot of superhero content out here. Like, I'm going through the new 52 right now, and I think that's good. That's good for me. Good dosage.
I think seeing Invincible before this was the worst thing I could have done.
Yeah. If you've got Invincible on your mind before you watch this, don't even like if that's still fresh, don't watch this.
Yeah, that's about a week fresh.
That I wouldn't. I would probably wait until like you just want to see something superhero related that's different and then watch this. That's kind of sort of what because I know how you consume content for them. Well, I have a good idea of what your interests are. So I it's hard for me because I'll tell you right now, going into this, I felt like the DC TV shows had some of the worst fight sequences for superheroes, but this takes the cake. Like that, the fight sequences in this were like, oh, they were that was rough. They're not good at all. Like they're slow, like unrealistically slow. Like I'm not understanding the direction that they took with the action and the fighting, because it for me did not work at all. It wasn't believable. It was like an over dramatization, and it was kind of
I'm definitely not watching this.
I will say this, JBM. It is a different kind of superhero story. I don't think we've seen a story like this told in a while. So that's what makes it valuable. The writing was there. The action scenes, just like Spencer said, you can tell that the budget was low. And I enjoy the scenes where there's no action more than I enjoyed the scenes where they were, because that's when they fell short. But I do believe that Netflix has the money to boost up some things. And where I think they need to do better is honestly the writing. Since I don't know for sure if they're going to be flashbacks in the next season. I have no idea. But if there will be, I expect the writing to be great in the flashbacks like they were in this season. But they need to bring up that writing in the present times. That's where it was lacking, because they relied on the action, which to me was subpar. But if the writing was better in those parts, I don't think I would have had a problem with the quality of the action scenes, because that wasn't the best part of the show to me. The best part of the show was the dynamics and the stuff that was going on with the boomers and stuff. Like that was great to me. I enjoyed it. But it is a superhero show. You do expect the action to be there. So yeah, they need to work on that.
Yeah, all for me, all the fight sequences were just, I don't want to compare it to it felt like watching Power Rangers. That's what it felt like. I mean, I'm so serious. I was just like, okay, this ain't. And it's like, if you don't have the budget for those big fight sequences, don't do them. Stay grounded. Give us a little bit more. Yeah, because it was like, ooh, it was to me it was rough. And I'm not saying, like, the good parts of the story are the the relationships between the characters and like this ethical debate. That was way better than the action, and they probably could have stayed in that a little bit more than they did. I don't know. I'm not against watching season 2, because they did set up. There's some good world building and some good lore building within this. I am actually interested to see where it goes from here. But season 2 is going to be a make or break for me, because if season 2 feels like this, I probably won't continue the franchise. And going back to that point, of superhero saturation, I can't say it's the market's oversaturated, but we can't have these bad stories. That doesn't help. Like things, Marvel, DC, regardless of how we feel about the DC movies, they're much better than what the show presented. And Invincible is another example. Like that's another great comic book or superhero movie or TV show that's different and it's unique and it's a contrast to what we are accustomed to in the market right now. And Jupiter's legacy for me kind of sort of is in this gray area. I don't know where to put it right
It
now.
sounds like they made an attempt to make something different that could reach multiple audiences, and it just came up with the cheese.
Yeah, and it has the potential to, because the world building was good. It's not like the story is interesting and it's compelling enough to watch and stay engaged, but there was clearly, for me, some budgetary decisions, especially with combat, like that they could have probably revised a little bit. But the dynamics between the characters and their relationships and all of that stuff worked. It's just that they got to figure out, how they're going to continue to maneuver this story. Because if this is Netflix and like I'm used to stuff like Stranger Things and like they have some really good IP over on Netflix, and I just can't. This right now does not compete with any of their original IP that I've enjoyed.
Yeah, I agree with that completely. I also have a comment on the costumes because a lot of people on social media did not like the costumes. They thought they looked very cheap and corny. Upon a closer look, they didn't look cheap to me, but they did look corny. And I felt strongly that they were more corny than cheap. But once I finished the show, I realized that they were outdated intentionally. Not all of the costumes, but the boomers costumes had a very old school, and I think it was intentional to show age. Like if you go back and you look at some of the newer,
can we bring one of those up?
Gen Z costumes? I don't know their names. What Utopia, Jupiter's Legacy.
Oh, Utopia, that show.
Here we go. Open in new tab so that you can see what I'm talking about. And specifically look at the woman in this one, because hers for me was the one. Like you need to come to today. Share screen.
Lady Liberty, the captain's log says.
Yeah, Lady Liberty.
Y'all see? They
don't look that bad.
I think
they don't look that bad.
I think it's the color. Well, it's the color. I think they're very vibrant, and that's it's on screen. When you see it on screen, I can see why people would be like kind of sort of off put by it. But I think it's, to Monty's point, I think it's intentional. Like it's reflective of the older superhero characters.
Different generation.
Yeah.
And the costumes didn't really bother me that much. I think
they look kind of cool to me though. That green, I like that green and garnet.
I never.
And her, that blue, and that little, what's that? Teal.
Yeah, I would say
cool.
My thing is, I think possibly how they colorized them in post may have made some a difference. Like they may have been able to kind of sort of lower the contrast just a bit, but I don't think the costumes look bad. I just think they were kind of bright in comparison to everything else on screen, but I think they were supposed to.
And it's very accurate to how it looks in the comics. I think they did a good job as far as that. But I think it's supposed to look corny. Like if you can compare it to, I don't remember the name, so I don't even know if I should bring it up. But in the Watchmen series, in the flashbacks, you remember what the costumes look like in the flashbacks? Like how they were just outdated? I feel like on screen, that's what this was giving. But I truly feel that it was intentional. But the lack of budget definitely showed in those action scenes. Also, I don't think the budget is. I feel like they use the budget on everything else because all of the actors of the boomers are not older actors. They're younger actors and they put makeup on them. They did not use aging technology. These people sat in a chair and were aged via makeup at 6 o'clock in the morning every day before going to shoot. And that's expensive.
Yeah.
So they use that money on everything but them action scenes. Like,
I feel like I want to watch this just for the action now.
I would say that also a lot of people love this show. Like, I don't know if I'm critical of it because this is what we do and I have to watch so much. Maybe Imani 2 years ago might not have been as harsh on it, but I have family, I have friends I've seen on social media. People love this show. So
really getting like a cult. It would be like a cult following type.
It's larger than a cult following. There are people who genuinely enjoy the show. Like I felt like I was doing the most when I was talking to people about it.
I think for me, just watching Invincible, like if I didn't see Invincible, I might have liked this a little bit more. Personally, it's just Invincible is just a better. It's almost like the same type of story. It's almost within the same vein as Invincible, but it's executed way better. Invincible does. They execute way better than this does, in my opinion. It's not like the story. I can see why people would like it, but it's hard for me to watch Invincible and then come to this and have the same level of enjoyment.
I didn't think about it in comparison to Invincible as far as the story goes, but now that I can see, there's definitely the similar dynamic of, one generation wanting the younger generation to be a certain way, and the younger generation doesn't want to do that. But I would say it's a little bit more positive in Jupiter's Legacy.
Yes.
Yeah, in Invincible, they took it all the way there, but Jupiter's Legacy, you have more. The boomers are trying to be a light of positivity while the younger generation is like.
So what the younger generation, what are they trying to do or not do? It's different from
for those who haven't seen it yet, just cover your ears for 2 seconds. But the boomers have a rule. So spoiler alert, the boomers have a rule about no killing, period. No matter what, it doesn't matter who you're fighting, do not kill them. But over time, the villains are getting stronger and stronger, and they're killing the superheroes at easy. And the older generation is like, okay, figure out a way to save people without killing them. And the younger generation is like, yo, it's either them or me. Like, if I don't kill someone, I will die. You will die. People will die if I don't kill this person who's trying to kill me. So,
which choice would y'all make?
What'd you say?
I like how they handle this.
Which choice would y'all make?
That's a good. That's a really good part of the narrative. It's really tough to say. I feel so. They also intertwine some other societal issues like police brutality and things of that nature into the story softly, but it's there. Like a cop makes a comment about, lining up villains and like killing them like one by one, like basically execution style, right? And it's like, all right, like is this it's really making the boomers point, like, yeah, this is what we don't want to happen. Like, we're not the judge, jury, and executioner. Like our task is to bring people to justice. Like we're supposed to apprehend and bring them and let them face justice in a legal process, in due process.
You talking about the superhero or the cop?
Yeah, the superheroes.
So
like they have to. The argument is that they have to set that example. Like if they don't follow that standard, then everyone else in society will basically feel it's okay to take the law into their own hand.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that there is not much. From what I could tell on the show, police brutality isn't like a thing because the world is very clear on, like, you should not kill people. Like, the supers aren't doing it, so there's no other reason for the cops to be doing it. But in the show, everybody's starting to feel like, well, maybe it's time. And that officer was like, yo, we trying to do it too. Like, F these old rules. It's getting rough out here. Everybody is dying. We should be able to fight back. But I definitely agree. I understood both sides, because, you know, taking lives could potentially make you just as bad as the villain. But also, if it's between me and them, am I just going to sacrifice myself for the code? Like, am I going to watch my loved one die because of a code when I know I'm capable of stopping it? It's one thing if you can't do anything, but if you know you can change something, that's really rough. So, but I definitely understood both sides of the coin.
I would agree. I would agree with that too.
Tough choice to make.
Definitely, that's a storyline wise. That is a strength of the show. And it's interesting to see that, especially coming off of The Boys too, like, because you're really looking at this as something that's going to compete with like The Boys and Invincible and like those types of shows that are like not your traditional big Marvel DC comic book type stories. Like, these are very different heroes that a lot of people don't know about, so that these stories have to be different so that they kind of stand out. It's really just going to come down to execution, but I think that that's a good ethical dilemma that they presented in the show. However, there's a lot of other stuff that's happening at the same time, and I think there might be just one too many narratives happening in the show that kind of take away from some of the things that were strong points.
I did feel like some things should have been saved for another season. But I definitely, I will watch the next season. Knowing Netflix and how they roll, I do believe the next season would be better. I hope that the writers and everybody involved would see how people feel about the show, and hopefully, you know, they switch up things for next season. Not switch up things, because I mean the story is so strong. Continue with the story, but just put more money into them fights, please. And then also, as far as the costumes go, like, they're always in their suits. They don't just go to the movies and have to save the world. Like, have them fight in regular clothes too, because they are people. And I mean, such a they made that point several times that they're people, but they didn't have them in regular clothes too much for me. Like, they should just be, you know, out and about enjoying life, and then boom, they have to get on their superhero stuff. You don't always have your suit.
I agree with that too. I also feel like, you know, to Ducky's point, what was that comment? Yes, it is very similar to that ethical debate between Punisher and Daredevil, but that's once again in that series, it's executed better. Like, and it's a focal point of the series. Like, it doesn't. That's kind of sort of the as a plot point and a point of contention between those two characters, and it's, you know, true to who they are. And I just feel like it was handled better because, one, Daredevil didn't have as many narratives within that story, where it could focus on kind of sort of really exploring that in a entertaining way, more so than this show did. I think one thing that they can do in the next season is to kind of sort of focus in on, you know, one or two aspects, one or two plot points within the story that they're going to drive all the way through. And I think that they've done that because of how it ends. It sets up some really, you know, interesting things for season 2. So I am curious to see what season 2 brings, but I believe that it's going to be something that we will have to
types kind of loud.
Yeah, them that was loud. Lost my train of thought.
I'm chatting through technical occurrences in the stream. Don't mind me.
Okay. Yeah, but yeah, season. I would say my thing is go watch it, check it out when you have time to go watch Jupiter's Legacy. It's definitely worth watching, uh, and form your own opinion about it. I don't think it's a bad series, but I think there's a lot of room for improvement.
Yeah, I'm not gonna call it a bad show. I'm gonna say E for effort, and I want to see. But all I know,
they definitely got to improve the fight sequences.
Season 2, episode 1, they need to capture me like out the park. Like, oh my goodness, I'm ready to like binge worthy. That's what I need from the next season.
I think when we're off the live stream, we're gonna have y'all just go through the whole season, and then I'll know if I'll watch it or not. Spoilers and everything.
No, go watch it. It's good. And I mean, I can't really. There aren't really too many spoilers to give you. You just gotta watch it, but it's worth the watch. Like the worst part is the action scenes. Everything else is cool. But I will say, unlike some shows, you get a lot of action. Like they make sure they give it to you. They didn't have a problem showing blood and gore, which was odd. Seeing how bad the action sequences were, like they didn't have no problem showing you somebody getting their arm chopped off like easy, or somebody getting their face smashed in. It was just the quality of the action was lackluster, but the violence was there. These heroes do get down to business. They just won't kill you, but they will jack you up. I agree. The captain's log. I need to see what's up with that. That the ending had quite the plot twist. I did not see that coming.
Yeah. I felt like there was going to be a twist, and I was happy with that as well. That's why for me, I'm like at the end, the way it ended, it does set up some interesting things for season 2, but they've really got to focus in on the story and the narrative, and figure out what plot points that they started in season 1 that they want to continue in season 2, and maybe come back to some of the other ones later in another season, and just kind of focus the story in just a little bit.
Ducky Momo, I thought season 1 of Umbrella Academy was great. Season 2, they sent that black woman back to Jim Crow, and I was like, nah. So I did not finish it. I don't know what happened. I only got 2 episodes into the season 2 of the Umbrella Academy, and I was like, never mind. So, but season 1 was great. Season 2, I couldn't give it to them. I don't know. But yeah, season 1 of Umbrella Academy was better than Jupiter's Legacy.
All right, so I think that's that on Jupiter's Legacy. We want to move into the next topic on the agenda for tonight, because we're.
What's next? Is this the Mortal Kombat Fatality?
I believe so.
Oh man, yeah. Let's bring up that video, that YouTube video. I'm gonna switch laptops. I'll be right back.
Is it the video you put in the private chat?
Yep.
Bet. I'll take care of it. Cool. Can you mute yourself for 2 seconds?
Sure.
It's you. You can unmute yourself.
What happened?
There's like a fan noise. Is there like a fan on your computer, something that's by your mic? Something, it wasn't blowing before and it started during talking.
I'm not sure. Is it still going?
Yes. It's lower now. I don't want to talk about it on camera. But yeah, it's you.
Hold on.
It stopped it. It stopped now that he muted himself. All right. Well, it's just me. What's going on, y'all? Matter of fact, let me get rid of them. It's my time. We're getting ready to talk about Mortal Kombat. We're going to show all of the fatalities from the film. Tell me in the comments, how did you feel about the movie? I personally thought it was a little bit whack, but the action was there, so I'm going to let it slide, and I hope they fix it for the next one. So let me get that up for y'all.
All right, how's this?
Much better. Oh, I tried to text JBM and tell him it was you, but I don't think he heard me. Or tell the message.
Cool. Audio coming through?
I'm here.
Oh, it was cool.
Yeah, I didn't have my door closed, and the AC just cut on, or it's not
Oh,
just
that's
cut
what
on. It's
that
the
was. Okay, I was thinking it was
yeah.
my laptop. Like,
Nah, it's the AC.
JBM, these fatalities are from the video game.
yeah,
We established
We were
this.
talking about the movie.
the movie.
Were we not talking about
Oh,
the movie?
No,
Wait,
we was talking about the game.
okay.
they
Well,
dropped a
if
new game?
Oh,
I'm all over
he fell. Oh man.
Are you okay?
I'm losing it over here. You know
Are
what I
you
mean?
sitting, are you
Oh
sitting on that
man.
exercise ball?
I am. Oh yeah.
I'm scared. You slid right off. I was screaming.
Oh man.
Hey.
Finish him. Okay, so I thought we were talking about the movie. We're not talking about the movie. We're talking about the new fatalities from the game. They dropped a new Mortal Kombat on me. I ain't.
Bro, we doing
Well,
both. We doing
11's
both,
been
man.
out for about 2 years now, but it's the newest. The
Hey
newest.
man, if we talking
edition.
about the movie, then it's Liu Kang. Like I don't know who else.
Dang, yo, I don't know about y'all. I'm out of breath. That fall. Trying to keep my composure and breathe at the same time.
Are you sponsored by a drink today? Do you need to take a couple sips to say to
That's my
yourself?
problem. I don't have a sponsor.
Oh, dang. Ain't nothing around you?
I'm on vacation.
Who made the exercise ball?
My host.
Oh, okay.
They lent this to me.
Oh man.
Yeah, let's get into it though. We got the video up.
I have it up. I thought, all right. So
Yeah. All right. So I mean, from the movie though, since we can talk about that real quick. I personally, Liu Kang fatality.
What was his fatality?
Or hold on.
that was the big old.
Kung Lao.
Kung Lao's the hat fatality.
Oh yeah,
Total
we
finish.
shorty with the wings.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
easily the best fatality.
Yeah, I mean they didn't. I feel like they had fatalities, but it's like you want to see the
Flawless
game.
victory.
You want to see the game fatality. Yeah, they didn't say flawless victory in this, or at least
Yes,
Shang
they
Tsung didn't.
Yes, they
Shang
did.
Tsung
No, but Kung Lao said it when he
said
killed
it. Yeah, but
Bird Lady.
you gotta have Shang Tsung say it, man.
True.
Ooh.
True. I mean, my thing with the movie is it's like it was a good world building film, and it had enough of our fan favorite moments, fan service, that I think a lot of people, regardless of how much they liked or maybe didn't like or wanted to see more, I think a lot of people are going to be interested to see the sequel.
Yeah, it was definitely an entertaining movie. I was satisfied. I mean, it's not the best movie. I would say it's a fun movie, but it's not a good movie.
It's really hard to take. I mean, I didn't go into it like taking it too serious though. Like I was just like, oh, I just want to have fun and go with whatever they give me, and it delivered the entertainment value I was looking for.
Yeah.
There wasn't any cheese. The characters were true. It was a accurate representation of the characters.
It was a little
cheese.
cheese.
Like phenomenal.
It had some cheese present. There was some cheese present.
in there.
But it wasn't like it didn't like take me out of
Like
the
Shang Tsung was complete cheese. That was cheddar cheese.
And then also, where did Scorpion learn English? Because the fact that they made it clear at the beginning of the film, yo, he ain't speak nothing but Japanese. Old boy was speaking Chinese to him. He was like, yo, I don't know what you're saying, but I'm about to kill you. And then he comes out the film, and all of a sudden he learns English. He knows English.
I mean,
he's had centuries. He's had centuries to learn. You know.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he encountered some English speakers down there in hell.
Ghost magic.
You know what? You're right. If there's one place you can learn it,
I can guarantee you, it's plenty of English speakers down there.
Y'all ready for this?
I'm ready. I hope y'all ready though, because these fatalities are crazy.
Let's get into
I
it.
hope they don't make us watch all these commercials. I know that.
Are those commercials?
No, those are, I think, each characters.
I have to adjust the volume a little bit.
Too loud?
Look at that.
On the video.
Oh man.
Fatality. Frost wins.
That was tough. That was tough. Look at the body, yo.
Again? Oh.
Fatality.
That was tough.
Flawless
Like the
victory.
T-1000 from Terminator 2. Oh, this is probably one of my favorite fatalities right here. Yeah! Whoa!
Shang Tsung wins.
This is about to be a rough 20 minutes.
Flawless victory. Fatality.
Okay, that one was cool.
Say Son, boy.
Wins.
All right,
Flawless.
Say Son got the ring right now. Oh,
Fatality. Shao Kahn wins. Flawless victory.
yo, that hammer is
Real quick, is that Spawn?
that's Spawn.
Isn't Spawn a black man? We gonna watch a black man die horribly for the next 20 minutes?
If he's a demon, does it count?
He's a black demon.
Oh, yo. Oh, that is crazy.
Fatality.
Shao Kahn probably took the cake from the same song right there.
Flawless victory. Fatality. Nightwolf wins. Flawless victory.
That's crazy.
Yo, Night will stop playing with him.
Fatality. Nightwolf wins.
It helps that his blood is
Flawless
green.
victory.
I'm okay because he's green. Damn, he got a new color and he still does.
That was just
Fatality. The Joker wins. Flawless victory.
Fans would say that I'm a bad boy to kill without a reason.
Is
But
that
my
Mark Hamill?
I never gets old. Never in season.
no, that's not Mark.
Fatality. The Joker wins. Flawless victory.
What's for dinner? Spaghetti.
That Johnny Cage.
I'm really torn.
Zombie King?
Johnny. Oh yeah, that's funny. Zombie Cage.
Fatality. Johnny Cage wins. Flawless victory.
That was that. What was that?
Cut. Reset.
Deadly uppercut, take two.
Action.
Deadly uppercut, take 19.
That was cool.
Fatality. Johnny Cage wins. Flawless victory.
Sonya Blade calling in air support.
That was tough.
Fatality.
That was tough.
Sonya Blade wins. Flawless victory.
I'm still giving it to the short guy.
Fatality. Sonya Blade wins. Flawless victory.
Harley Quinn.
Cassandra Cage wins.
Oh,
Flawless
I said Harley Quinn.
I guess it's catchy as Ooh.
fatality. Cassandra Cage wins. Flawless victory.
That hurt.
Fatality. Jackson Briggs wins. Flawless victory.
I'm screaming.
Fatality.
That was
Jackson
cool.
Briggs wins. Flawless victory. Fatality. Spawn wins. Flawless victory. Fatality. Spawn wins. Flawless victory. Fatality. Scorpion wins. Flawless victory.
Y'all, you think y'all gonna have nightmares tonight? What's up?
No.
Fatality. Scorpion wins. Flawless victory. Fatality. Noob Saibot wins. Flawless.
He might be in the sequel as the dude to play Sub-Zero. Noob Saibot. Noob Saibot is Sub-Zero after Quan Chi kind of resurrected.
Oh shoot.
Good gracious.
Noob Saibot wins. Flawless victory.
He ain't vegan.
Baraka wins. Flawless victory.
Shish
I
kebab.
thought his name was Baraka. One of them.
Fatality. Baraka wins.
That was
Flawless victory. Fatality. Raiden wins. Flawless victory. Fatality.
Poor Spawn.
Raiden wins.
They never kill anybody else.
Flawless victory.
I know, right?
Fatality. Jacqueline Briggs wins. Flawless victory.
Oh,
That's a good one.
that was
Hard to
impressive.
see.
Who is that?
Jacqueline Briggs wins.
Jackie Briggs.
Oh, Jack's sister.
Victory.
What you gonna do with it?
Fatality. Sub-Zero wins. Flawless victory. Fatality. Sub-Zero wins. Flawless victory. Fatality.
What just happened?
Venom wins. Flawless victory.
I missed that one.
Fatality. Kano wins. Flawless victory.
These are some brutal fatalities.
Fatality. Cabal wins. Flawless victory.
He hit him with the Kevin Durant.
Fatality. Cabal wins. Flawless victory. Fatality. Liu Kang wins. Flawless victory. Fatality.
That video was coming from Amani's section. Yeah, we lost audio.
Okay.
Let's do this. Let's stop it right there while Amani is out.
Flawless victory.
I'm good. My laptop was dying. I went to go grab my charger real quick. Y'all want to keep going?
That was a lot, man. That's a lot of fatalities back to back.
Right. I don't know. One, thank y'all for sticking through. We gained a viewer while we were watching those fatalities. At first, I was a little bummed. We was gonna watch Spawn die the whole time, but I actually think it worked in my favor that he's green. Because if he had regular blood, I don't know how I'd be doing right now. That was a lot.
That was a lot.
But out of everything we just saw, my number one fatality was where the head got stuck in the neck, and then they cut him in half, but like somehow the head was here.
That was Shao Kahn. Yeah, that was Shao Kahn.
Then Jackie Briggs' fatality, where she threw the thing in, and then it cut his body in half, and his heart was still beating.
Yeah.
Random. Have y'all ever seen that movie Ghost? Not Ghost Ship, 13 Ghosts?
Yeah.
It was, all right. Remember the scene where Old got cut in half by the doors, the glass doors chopped him in half, and like that back half stayed and the front half slid down? It took me back there. I was a kid again, watching that movie in the middle of the night, knowing I couldn't handle it. So yeah.
Yeah, midway through, I'm watching it. Like I remember Coop saying he couldn't watch Saw because of the gore, and I'm just like, Coop got to be going through it right now.
Yeah, no, that's not that bad. Like Saw's like way worse than that. Yeah.
I mean, we can get right into it then, and talk about Spiral. That's the last topic we have for today.
Yeah, I didn't watch the opening scene. That's not my franchise. Just not a fan.
Yeah,
Not a
these-
fan.
So what happened in the opening scene? Because I didn't see it either.
I saw it. Well, no, I didn't see it because I couldn't finish it, and that's what inspired this topic today. Because I wanted to know if there's any genre or subgenre of film that you just can't handle. For me, I'm a fan of violence and gore, but I have my limits, and Saw is it. Like I can't watch somebody chop their arm off. I'm in the chair like this the whole time. I don't think it would make me sick to my stomach, but it's just not easy to watch. The easiest Saw to watch for me was Saw 5 up until the end when they got to the scene where they had to saw their hands open. I couldn't do it. I was like this the whole time.
Yeah, I gotta be honest. I've only seen a couple Saw movies, so I was never big on them. But
Yeah, the first one was I watched the first one was I watched that one. That one wasn't as bad. It's the sequels. It's like the narrative was lost and it just became gore porn. And it was at that point it was just like nah, this ain't it for me. Like it was just violence for the sake of violence. Like how disgusting can we make this? How gory and how like brutal can this be? And like it was just like okay, too far.
Can you
Like, but
offer
the first one, I watched the first one. The first one was fine. It's just the sequels thereafter were just like, yeah, okay, I get it. I,
Can we pause for 2 seconds? The chats. There's a little side convo going on that I think deserves a little attention, if you
Alright.
don't mind. So Spencer says now there's conflicting reports on Dune being removed from the HBO Max deal and moving to theater release only. WB
did
saying
see
it's
that.
not happening, but look at the Snyder cut. I am not surprised to hear that because when HBO Max and Warner Brothers first announced their deal, everybody who was responsible for Dune was like, yo, that's not what we agreed on. Like, how are y'all gonna tell us this is gonna go exclusively here? This was only supposed to be in theaters. We will postpone this movie before let y'all put it on HBO Max. So I'm not at all surprised to hear that. And I would not be surprised if once the December gets here, it is not on HBO Max at all.
yeah, that wouldn't surprise me either. That is an interesting thing because it is a different situation than the Snyder cut. Like I didn't Dennis Villeneuve like halt production or post production once this news broke that it wasn't going to go to that they were going to do a theatrical and HBO Max release.
I didn't hear that, but I definitely heard that they were upset, so I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, I mean, it seems so. The promotional material, like the movie, looked really good. I don't want this to kind of die on the vine because it looked like a really, really good movie. I was and still am looking forward to seeing this. I think this movie does deserve to go into theaters. It's my personal opinion. I think it would be a great theatrical experience. So hopefully things continue and persist the way they have been. Like it didn't seem like it seems people are going out in public more. Theaters are opening back up, but there's the safety measures are in place for people to go and enjoy these movies in theaters. I think that's the main thing for me. I think Villeneuve wants people to experience this film, a little bit. He wants that theatrical experience, that traditional theatrical experience that so many. It's just that's just kind of the expectation. Like, and I feel like that's something that a lot of the fans deserve. Going back to Kevin Feige and his whole Marvel's whole pitch of returning to theaters. I think that is something that we all can look forward to, and. I think it's less so about like the money and making money at the theater and just people going to watch it and experience it in the movies. And I think that's for a lot of the directors. I think that's what they want the fans to experience. Like just have that communal experience in the theater once again.
Yeah. One thing I can appreciate is once that news came out that they were beefing about whether or not it would be on HBO Max, we didn't see any more promotional activity for Doom.
Yeah,
but like a lot of other
halted completely.
During COVID, they've just kept moving the date back. Dune was like, yo, y'all not going to hear nothing until we decide we know for sure what's happening. And I really do appreciate that, because once we start seeing trailers again, I don't think I'm going to be tired of it. I think I'm going to be feeling pretty good, ready to jump back into it versus Black Widow. How many times did they give us a release date? They pushed it back at least 5 times, and they were pushing it back before COVID. So, I definitely appreciate that they are waiting on it. So I didn't mean to take us away too long. I just didn't want to lose out on Spencer's comment.
No, that was because I did see that. I think right before we went live, I had saw something that trended on Twitter. So that was a good point to bring up.
But back to Spiral. I personally I just can't handle the Saw movies. Then there's a lot of stuff I just won't watch. Like if I find out that a movie is about torture, I think torture porn is what I can't handle. Stuff like Saw, I've never seen it. I've heard about it, but the Human Centipede, I wouldn't want to watch anything like that. Like once people told me
that movie's wild,
it's not for me. Like I felt the same way about that as when I heard about Two Girls, One Cup. I don't know about y'all, but somebody told me what that was, and I was like, why would I watch that? I've never seen it, and I'm not going to. Like I don't want to watch that. It's nasty. Who the idea? Like who would make that? Actually, I was thinking of this while we were watching the Mortal Kombat Fatalities. You gotta be a sick person, because we didn't even watch the full video and we saw at least 50 different fatalities. You gotta be a sick individual to make up some stuff like that. I'm sorry, but just all the different types of ways to kill people, and then the Saw things, all the different types of way to make people, ooh.
And like the sound effects that go like with the Saw franchise, it's like, yo, all right, this is not enjoyable. Like I'm not getting any type of enjoyment off this. I'm just getting like disgusted. Like I don't even know what's going on the screen, other than like I'm just now feeling sick to my stomach. So like that's kind of sort of where my thoughts are on the franchise. Like the first movie wasn't that bad. Like the first movie was tolerable, and the situation, or the story rather, and the plot kind of was solid enough to stay with. But the sequels were just like, okay, forget the story. We're just gonna just find out how we're just gonna torture and torment people for 2 hours, and it's like, ugh, or an hour.
Which sequel was it?
Long it is.
Which sequel was it where they were stuck in the room and they had like the numbers written on the back of their neck? Was that Saw 2 or 3? Because that was the last one I saw.
I haven't seen past 2.
Like, I couldn't do it. I can watch Fatalities all day, but because that's a video game. But you put it in that movie where it looks real.
The scene, the first scene that they released of the movie. Did y'all ever see the opening scene to Saw where the man is stuck in the trap and he has to cut his eye? Have you
He's
seen
stuck
that?
in the what?
There's an opening scene to a previous movie. A man is stuck in a room and he has to cut his eye in order to save himself. He has to remove something.
Oh God, yeah.
The opening scene to the Spiral movie is the same kind of event. Someone is trapped and they have to save themselves, and the way to save themselves is to do something to a body part. I just could I didn't even watch it. Once Jigsaw explained what the trap was, I was like, nah, I'm out. Why am I going to see this? Because either this man is either going to die in the trap or he's going to hurt himself to save himself. I don't want to watch either of them. I can't do it. And y'all know I like horror, but I can't handle.
It's not, but it's not horror. Like it's gore. Like there's nothing. There's nothing else to it. Like all it is just people getting like torturing themselves, really, and them having to cut off limbs and remove body parts, and like it's a slow, just brutal. Like I don't know. I don't see the appeal of it. Like I don't understand why people want to sit through like an hour and a half, 2 hours of that. Like that's just crazy to me. That is crazy. But hey, I mean, to each his own. But that right there is not for me.
So I just Googled gore films just to see what else pops up. And I just found out they made 3 human centipedes. Who needs to see that 3 different times? That's what I'm saying.
I don't see the entertainment value in it. I don't see the appeal. But hey, look, if that's what you're into.
Okay, I will say there's different levels to gore because there's a film franchise in here called Wrong Turn. Have y'all ever seen those movies?
Mm-mm.
Yes.
I saw the first Wrong Turn when I was a kid. I had no business watching that movie, but my grandmother took me and my cousins to this video shop to get a VHS. We chose Wrong Turn. We were in that house screaming. I haven't seen many of the sequels, but I'm cool with that kind of gore. It didn't go too far for me, but it was definitely sick. But that Saw, I just can't handle.
Yeah, same, Spencer.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah. There's a disassociation with the game, you know? You see it like happening to a person, it's just cringy.
All right, so I have a question.
That live action element just changes it completely, and then like
You fall again?
No, I was shutting the door.
I had a flashback though. I was
my core, working on my core, baby.
I have a question. I'm having a brain fart. What's the Keanu Reeves movie where he's shooting at people?
Matrix.
No, the other
John
one.
Wick. John
Wick. That's not gory though. No,
that's not gore.
That is gory.
Yeah, but it like
they had a whole knife fight.
Yeah, but that's just violent. There's gore involved, but it's not the gore is not like the selling point of the violence. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not the crux.
It's hyper violence is that type of movie. Hyper violence.
Yeah. But the pacing of it too helps. Like in the sequence and how it's shot. Like it's not
because they don't focus on like somebody's brains blown out.
Yeah,
you see somebody get shot in the head, but they just
it's like Saul is like romanticizing this gore and this violence, and it's just like, bro, this is disgusting. Like it's not. there's no entertainment in it for me. Like
Yeah.
Okay, so I do think if you just type in gore films, you do see some action films in there. You'd also see some sci-fi films that you wouldn't consider, like Rambo is considered gore. So there are levels to gore, and I think the ones that don't sit well with us are gore or horror gore films. Those are the ones which they rely a lot on the gore to creep us out.
Yeah, there's a lot of that though. Like, and it's that romanticization of it that kind of gets you. Because even Jaws can be considered gore. Deep Blue Sea, like those types of movies. But it's not like the gore is not romanticized. It's just an element of the within the story. But I think the biggest difference between all of these other movies that are on this list, because I'm looking at it now, and the biggest difference between these movies and Saw is that that is what Saw is about, and it's just like I'm okay with that. Like I'm good, y'all can have that. These other movies they're very violent and they have extreme amounts of violence, but they're not romanticizing the violence.
Have you ever watched a movie that you were just expecting to enjoy, but it had a level of gore that shocked you? Or like, yo, I didn't know that was about to happen.
Invincible.
Yeah. Yo, that train scene. I'm sorry. The train scene is easily the most violent thing I've seen in a minute. The train. I was
spoiled Invincible, so I saw it coming because I saw a clip. Like the ending of episode 1, I saw that clip before seeing the show.
Oh, okay, yeah. I fortunately I wasn't spoiled, so that was very like Wow, okay. But it didn't like, disturb me or anything. It was just like, yo, that's crazy. Like, you
That
know what I'm
train
saying?
scene disturbed me. I felt my jaw dropped the way it dropped when we watched The Boys, when all those people's heads started exploding in the courtroom. That
Hmm.
invincible train scene was up there, maybe even more so, because it's one thing to see him, beating up his son, but he had no regard for human life at all. And like, yeah,
Yeah.
he just dropped that building, but just to see him plow his kid into people on the train from one end to the other was nuts.
Yeah. But I guess for me, it was, they were building up to something like that, and it's still shocking that they did it, you know what I'm saying? Like, but him, I wasn't surprised that he did it, but the fact that they executed it the way they executed it was like, yo, that's insane, that's wild. uh I you know I and it, for I still don't see, like, for me that wasn't as upsetting as like watching like a Saw movie. And I think part of it too, it being animated does help. If that were in live action, I might have had a different response. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
it,
that would
it
have
might
felt
have it might
sick.
have felt way different. It probably
I'm
would have
glad
felt
it
really
wasn't.
different.
I'm glad it was.
Yeah.
I also, the budget for that scene alone would be astronomical.
Oh
I
man.
low key don't even want them to make a live action version, because they'd have to do it right. Like, no
Hmm.
budget. Like, give them whatever money they need to do something so that it's done right. For me, the movie Slither. Have y'all ever seen that?
Yeah,
No.
that's like one of those skin crawling movies. You know what I
Yes,
mean? Mm.
that I figured it was going to have some skin crawling, but there is a scene where whatever those animal things were slithered, and there was a woman who was full of them, and she busted open. I
Yeah,
was not
that was
prepared.
wild. Mm.
I was not ready.
Yeah. That was an interesting moment for sure in the film. I remember, I saw this in theaters as a kid, and I was like, "Yo, this man really went there." It was a nice tease. It was a nice tease.
Yeah, you see that little boy flinch when the saber comes out.
I was like, yo, man, I heard people gasp in the theater when that happened. I remember that, like, because it were like, I don't think anyone was expecting to see that even teased in the film. Like, we knew he was going to go through the temple and whatnot, but like for him to go into the chamber, and then the little boy walks out and says, "Master Skywalker, what are we going to do?" And he just ignites the lightsaber and closes the door. You're like, oh my god, okay.
Kids.
Yeah, I mean, I heard people in the theater gasp like, "Oh, it was wild!
You know what? There's a
It was
movie
wild!"
a lot of y'all probably have not seen, um, called For Colored Girls. It's a Tyler Perry film based on a book about Black women who've gone through, just like, it's a group of Black women. I can't really call them a group because not all of their lives cross paths, but a bunch of different women telling their life stories at the same time.
Hmm.
And there's a scene where Michael Ealy plays a disturbed man, and he throws his children out of the window. I have
Okay.
never recovered. Like, I
That's
saw that, and what's
wow.
crazy was, if you don't know, I have twin siblings, a boy and a girl. They were around that age, and Michael Ealy, maybe just a couple years older, but Michael Ealy throws a young boy and a
Jesus.
girl out the window. Nobody, I'm talking, the theater screamed. I went to a private screening that one. It was nothing but Black women. None of us were ready. I had no business. Like,
That's
I was
crazy.
just not prepared, and no level of, like, I saw my siblings, and I was like, yo, why would y'all bring me here? Like, I was young. I was like, why did my mom sign this permission slip? Like, I don't think she knew what it was going to be, but it was rough.
Mm.
Yeah,
So,
that sounds
That's
crazy.
Tyler Perry for you.
well, the book itself is,
I was about to say, yeah, it's an adaptation. He didn't. That's not his book though, right?
no, that's not his book. But I would
He
say,
adapted the story.
yeah, but I would say, as far as acting wise, like, there's no bad wigs in this one. It's a very well made film. But
Oh, man.
actually, let me double check. Is that Tyler Perry or Lee Daniels? For Colored Girls. Let me make sure I'm saying the right name. Yes, Tyler Perry. Yeah, it's and takes place in New York. Actually, I take that back. The women's, their lives do intertwine at some point. But have y'all ever seen the clip of Janet Jackson says, "Oh, so you doing the bending?"
Yeah.
That's from that movie.
Okay.
So yeah, but I'm screaming. The captain's log nose was up. That's a really rough scene because you know he's disturbed, but you don't know that's what he's going to do. And it's changed the tone for the rest of the film. It happened towards the end, but I was like, yo.
Man, did the kids live? I hope.
They don't show it again, but you see the mother's reaction to it, and I don't think they do. So they don't show the children hitting. All you see is him, like you see them hanging out the window, everybody's freaking out, and then they close up on his hands, letting them go. And you see the reaction to the people who are watching it from the ground, and that's it. So yeah, he was playing a mentally disturbed person. It was rough. I would say also for his acting, what's that movie that it's based on either a book or a play with Halle Berry? He plays TK, and he got bit by a dog, so he had rabies.
I forgot what
the acting. It was
Zora Neale Hurston's book.
Yeah.
That's a really good
their
movie.
eyes were watching God.
Yes.
I had to read that book so many times in school. It was ridiculous.
Oh man.
Once in high school, once in college. Like, come on.
I never had to read that.
I never had to read the book. I did watch the movie. I liked the movie. I saw it one time, and it was like, wow, that was a really good story. Yeah. Hadn't seen it since.
But yeah, you don't want to watch it.
It's not worth watching twice. It's one of those, like, why would you put yourself through that again?
That's how I feel about For Colored Girls. I've seen it one time. Don't need to watch it again.
Those are actually, that's an interesting topic. That might be something we should talk about for a community discussion. Yeah. Like movies that like you only need to watch once. Like it's like it's a one and done type thing. Like, oh, okay, yeah, that was for good or for worse. But it's kind of like the conclusion was enough. Like, and you're like, all right. I don't see that again. I'm satisfied with how it ended.
Cold Mountain.
All over the place because there's dramas on, ones, comedies, there's horror films
from every genre.
Another gore moment, and I would add this to the list of movies I can only watch once. There's a movie that came out called Dreamcatcher. It's a horror film about a group of guys getting back together. I think I've spoken about it once on the show. I saw that when I was like 13. I'm still afraid to this day. I will not watch it again. I have recently tried to say, okay, Monty, maybe you should watch it as an adult. Maybe it'll hit different. I couldn't even find it streaming anywhere. And I was thankful. I was like, you know what? It's for the best. I'm not supposed to watch it anyway. I'm not going to look no further. I gave up after 2 seconds of searching because it was a lot.
The Fourth Kind is up there.
With mouths.
Yeah.
All right,
because I was like, man, that's a movie right there.
The Fourth Kind is like that, creepy like that.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm good. I saw it.
Like you look behind you, make sure
it's too real, bro. It's too real. Like, man, yeah. And I had an owl that used to be perched outside my window too, bro. I was like, oh no, I can't see this. I'm not watching this no more.
We gotta
not watching it
about that, and also there's we spoke about this before, I think, on the zombie films, how many different types of zombie films there are, but alien films, alien, you never have to see one.
That reminds me.
That impactful.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Have we talked about our alien? Have we had our alien special?
We haven't. We were supposed to have that.
We
were supposed to do
Listen,
that.
I don't know if I'm ready for the world to know how crazy I am. I was trying to ease y'all into it.
I had a crazy thought today after watching that 60-minute interview clip.
Oh, I gotta watch that too.
Yeah, with the spacecraft they caught. I was like, yo, what if aliens are just tech support that came to Earth to fix some stuff and then bounced?
The Matrix was broke. They had to come repair the Matrix.
It's just some tech support engineers flying in Earth sector.
I said this on the Discord that I think the aliens are here, but I think they looking at us and they're like, yo, this planet is ghetto. They are not going to help us. They either think that we are a lost cause and they're not going to pop out, or they're going to take over. But I would not be surprised if they leave like, yo, we just going to let them die because they wildin'.
Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't.
Well, if they listening,
it's
come get me, dog. Save me.
Facts. As long as Chewy can come too, please let me bring my dog.
Chewy, they'll turn
yeah,
Chewy
we
into a
that,
talking
what
dog.
is it? Our conspiracy theory episode. We got that's
Is that what it was?
Special. Yeah, it was
Conspiracy.
conspiracy episode.
Let's call it AT Aliens.
We have
That
more
might be copyrighted.
aliens. Right? You want to come with me if the aliens come get me?
He like, hell no.
People
He look like the gift with.
He said, "Who? Back up, boy."
Right, fine.
He look like that consequence gift with him sipping this.
I'm screaming.
Nah.
Well, that's all I got, y'all. But yeah, we definitely need to revisit films we can only watch once. We need to have our conspiracy theory episode, although I feel like we could have multiple of those because the aliens by itself, I could go in for about an hour.
Yo, we might be able to. You know what we could do? Instead of doing like a conspiracy theory episode, we could probably do something in the Discord and host it within the Discord, and then like do it there. And because we do need to do some more Discord events, and that might be something fun for the Discord.
Let's do it.
Like video chats in there.
Voice chat, video
If
chat.
it can hold up, I know it's.
Well, they
nothing
got
do
this.
well
They
with
got the
multiple
stages now. No, they have a stage. It's kind of like Clubhouse. They have that for Discord.
Oh yeah.
now. Yeah.
Oh, it's lit.
Yeah, so we might be able to do something like that. I can see if I can add it to. I'll look into that, but yeah, we can. I think that's an avenue we need to pursue because we do need to do some more like communities.
Yes,
We were
on Discord regularly playing Among Us during COVID, like 3 times a week, and then we just stopped.
Yeah, Spencer. Yeah, I just
Spencer,
saw that. I added you, made you a member,
Oh,
sir. Welcome.
what is going on?
Oh, aliens.
They're here.
Mess around and hit a button.
But like I was saying, we will revisit our conspiracy theorists, the aliens.
Appreciate the join, Spencer.
Our movies that you can only watch once. We have on previous episodes we went through our Marvel, the best Marvel films, and I think we have one more round of that to do. So next week we'll probably recap on that. Is there anything else that you guys have? Can I take us out?
That's it. Yeah. Social
Yeah.
promotion, Friday shows, upcoming shows.
Please follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch at Certified Gumbo. And of course, YouTube. Please like this video, subscribe to our channel. If you love us and you would love to support us, well, even if you don't love us, just support us anyway. There's a link to our coffee page in the description bar below. If you have enjoyed this conversation and you would like to talk with us some more, please join us on Discord. We talk about this stuff all day, every day. If there's something that we did not get to talk about on camera today, or if you just have something you'd like to share, I promise you there's someone else who knows that topic too and is well versed on it. So please join us on Discord. Is that everything?
That's everything. And make sure you tune in Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you've been watching The Bad Batch, I will be doing a review of episode 4 at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here on this channel, as well as another Star Wars Sunday this Sunday at 7 or 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll see what the schedule permits. And I think that's everything. We'll see you guys next week. JBM, you got any closing remarks?
Hey man, y'all be good. Catch y'all later.
Y'all, I'm posting that clip of you falling on Instagram.
We clipping it.
Let's do it.
As I always say, peace, love, blessings, and may the force be with you always.